Hi, this is James of Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at Dice of Pirates, which is going to be a 2 to 6 player game published by Thing 12 Games. In this game, you're going to be playing as a pirate. You're going to be trying to get gold from the reserve, which is going to be like the islands or whatever you're pulling the gold from, or your other players. You're also going to be trying to thwart your other players from collecting gold. The first person to 7 gold is going to win the game. Let's go ahead down the table. I'm going to show you how to play Dice of Pirates, and we're going to come back and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. All right, so we're going to take a look at Dice of Pirates. The wind of fortune calls and fate favors the bold. There is treasure to be plundered, and it takes a captain with will to grab it. For the seas are dark and full of monsters. Rivals will rise, but the moment is yours. This game, you're going to come with 24 treasure tokens, which are going to be these little cool tokens right here. It's going to come with 7 dice here, which are going to have multiple different sides on here. And you're going to have your 10 plunder tokens. And you're going to have 1 mercenary ship. And the mercenary ship doesn't matter too much except for with a variant in this game here. I'm going to show you at the end. Each of these dice are going to have 4 different sides available. You're going to have the black flag side. You're going to have the pirate ship side. You're going to have the Kraken side here. And you're going to have the treasure side, which is going to be on one side right here with the gold. All right. To set up, you're going to give 1 coin to the first player, and every other player is going to get 2. And the first player is going to get these 7 dice. All right, so what's the goal of this game? Well, the goal of the game is going to be the first to be able to get to 7 coins. Once you get to 7 coins, you're going to immediately win the game. So let's go ahead into how you play the game. So you'll roll these dice, and the different face values, I don't remember. Let's re-roll that because I don't remember what that was. Okay, so we're going to have different face values on here, and I think we got all of them, but we've got a Kraken in here. So we'll separate them. You keep bumping them by face value here. So what do these do? Well, you're going to resolve your dice in a specific order. So first this, then Kraken, then gold, and then these raid. So what's going to happen? So you're going to resolve your ships first. So you resolve these ships. When the active player rolls a ship, they choose an opponent to roll them again. They must be done before the Kraken, treasure, or black flags. Like I said, before this guy, before the treasure, and before the black flags. So I'm going to give these to opponents, and their opponents are going to roll these dice. And depending on what they get on, there's different things they can decide. So if that opponent would have rolled the gold here, the opponent chooses to return to the active player, if they want, any face of the die. So they can pick any face. So if they want to help them out here, because they'll help them out in the future, or help them out with the gold, they can do that. Or they can give them a Kraken, which could end their turn. But if they choose the gold side with this, then they'll also receive a plunder token, which is one of these that they can use in the future. If they rolled a Kraken, so this one right here, the opponent chooses, hand the die to any player. It will count on their turn. So this doesn't have to be the active player. They could put this on any other player, which means the next player could potentially be rolling less than 7 dice. So let's say I give this to the player. Now they have 2 Krakens. We'll show you what that means in a little bit. Let's say they rolled this symbol right here, which is going to be the black flags. They return to the active player, who may choose to re-roll it again along with their other dice, or keep it and use it for a raid. The final thing is the ship die. So return to the active player, who may choose to re-roll it along with their other dice, showing the same face, or leave it them as is. So that's the 4 different choices that you're going to have when your opponent rolls. That's the 4 different choices they can pick. Now, we're going to resolve the Krakens. So let's say, we'll say what that is in a minute. So do I have 3 or more Krakens? If I do, the turn ends, and I can't gain any more gold. It's done. I don't get any gold. And claiming any gold or completing a raid would end my turn. So if I decided to take a gold from this, because I have 3 of these, I don't have 6, but if I had 3 of these, I could claim a gold and my turn would end. If I didn't do that, I could take a look at the raid dice. If I have 3 or more of these raid dice, I can choose to go on a raid. And the raid will end my turn with the end result of that. But if I decided not to do either of those things, I can actually re-roll these dice if I wanted to try to get as many of them as I want, to try to get a different set of dice or whatever I'm trying to get. And I'll keep going until I bust with 3 Krakens, or I decide to take my gold or do a raid. All right, I can start a raid. So let's say I had these 4 dice for the raid. I would set aside any of the other dice. I would take these dice, select an opponent, and roll them. And these results are going to matter. So when I roll, any of these ships change the sides, allowing the opponent to counterattack. So this will go to my opponent. So 2 of these will go to my opponent. All right, these ones will go to me. The Kraken will go to me, and I'll get to re-roll this one. So I keep re-rolling this. The ship would go over to the opponent. My opponent would be rolling these. The ship would come over to me. They would re-roll these. They keep the Kraken. They'll re-roll this. And what they're looking for is we're trying to get these gold or these Kraken. And what's going to happen, so let's say I had 2 gold here and they had a Kraken. So what will happen there is I will win and get a gold. If it was a gold versus a Kraken, they'll even out and no one will get any gold. If it was 2 gold versus 1 gold here, I will gain 1 gold because I beat them. So that's basically what the raiding opponent means. And you can use these tokens too that you gained to help you out in these raids too, which is nice and helpful. So the token here that you had in the game, you can actually discard this token to take a gold as well with that if you wanted to. So this is actually a nice little way of getting a little extra gold with that. But that's how those tokens function. And that's the game of Dice Pirate. Now there's a couple different things you can do in this game here in addition to this. So there's the Kraken rule here, where you can unleash the Kraken. So for some reason, you end up with a lucky, or very unlucky 6 Kraken. You can yell, unleash the Kraken. This is very hard to actually ever have happen, but it's like Yahtzee. It could. All right, so the action that happens will depend on the face that's shown on here. So if this is shown with a black flag, the active player earns 1 of these plunder tokens. If the gold is shown, the active player gets a gold. If the ship is shown, distribute 7 ships and resolve. So all these cards will be all considered, dice will be considered ships, and then you resolve them like you would ships. If you end up in some bizarre reality rolling 7 Kraken, the active player loses a gold. So that's Unleash the Kraken. There's also the White Rose. And the White Rose is the ship here. You may be hired into the game for the cost of 2 of these plunder here. So again, these are variants that you can use. And ending the turn, you must have already rolled and show less than 3 Krakens, and you cannot raid or claim any gold. The White Rose counts as 1 of these plunder tokens and stays with the player until they lose a raid, after which it switches to the winning side. So that uses the token in the game. There's also going to be Plunder the Crown, but with Plunder the Crown, you need to have their Dice of Crowns game also. So you're going to be using that in addition with their Dice of Crown game there. I'll let you discover that one on your own because you need to have the second game on there. Or if I pick up the second game here, I will go over that variant. And that one also has 3 variants that can be done with it. So you have Plunder the Crown, you have the Gameplay and Victory, and you have Crown play and raids in it too. So there's also a 2-player variant to this game. Basically in that variant, each player is going to get 5 of these gold tokens. That's all that's going to be available in the game. So it'll be 10 gold. When you're gaining gold, you're going to be stealing gold from your opponent instead of getting it from the supply. First person to 7 gold is going to win. The ships, when you roll them, you're going to do them as re-rolls, and you're going to set aside any Krakens until the end of the turn. And plunder is going to be against the rival to win the showdown. So you're just your other player. So that's a 2-player showdown. And that's going to be how you're going to play Dice of Pirates. Let's go ahead back up the table here, and I'll give you my final thoughts on Dice of Pirates. All right, so that was Dice of Pirates. As you can see, this is a really cool tin. Everything fits inside this, so this game is highly portable. Production quality of this game is amazing. You have an amazing tin in here that you can put everything, but the dice, the custom chunky dice, are awesome. They're very well made. A lot of times when people want to do these type of games, they're going to chintz out on the dice or the tokens. The tokens in here are really nice. I really appreciate the fact that they didn't just use cardboard. They used really cool plastic tokens. And the ship in there is okay. They added a module where you can use it. That's fine. The ship model is really cool. I sort of wish that would have been used a little bit more in this since it comes with it, but whatever. Everything fits in here, and the component quality is amazing. The gameplay for this is definitely going to be one of your lighter end games that is a party style game in there. You're going to be able to bring this out with your friends and family and have a lot of fun. Now, the big thing about this game is there's interaction in this game. So if you're a good party game, if you're going to be playing one, it needs to have that interaction and needs to keep everyone engaged. And I believe that this does that. So this is going to be a great candidate if you're looking for a fun, portable party game that you could just play anytime with your friends or family, or if you're out having a coffee or whatever, you could play this game, and it doesn't take very long to finish up. So that's my thoughts on Dice of Pirates. Thank you for watching.